here with Kamaru Usman, the UFC welterweight champion of the world. I got to start with what happened on Radio Row with your man, Jorge Masvidal.
Exactly what he wanted to happen happened. You know, he wanted a nice little 10 seconds of fame so everybody will be talking about him. And that's exactly what we're doing right now. We're talking about him. I think it's a smart move on his part and his team to kind of try to separate himself from the pack because he knows he doesn't really deserve the shot. But if he makes the most noise, and he got a lot of hype right now, then he might get that shot. But, you know, I'm taking on all comers. I don't really care who it is. Whoever the company feels is next, we'll go in there and beat him up.
You've been honest about saying Leon Edwards deserves that opportunity. Do you think that Leon needs to make some noise now? Because it seems like Masvidal is getting the public opinion, but fighters respect Leon Edwards.
Absolutely, because Leon Edwards has put in the work. I mean, if you look at him, he's beat guys in the top 10. You know, he's ranked up there himself. It's just that, you know, he's one of those guys, like when I started, you know, just grinding. You don't need to talk, you know, and let the work speak for itself and let everyone recognize you naturally. But now, you know, we're kind of geared towards a society where it's social media, it's all this noise, all this talk. So, you know, he kind of needs to make a little bit more noise so he can get that recognition that he deserves because he can fight.
What did you think of Conor McGregor's performance? And do you think he's suitable for the welterweight division? Do you think he's kind of out of his depth fighting somebody like Cerrone, who is a career 155 guy?
Yeah, I think it was a great showing. I mean, he needed to win. He hadn't had a win in a long, long time. He came in and he did his job. You know, so hats off to him. I can't deny that. I can't try to hate on that. You know, I think he will have some success against, you know, some of the welterweights. You know, but him and I both know. You know, if it came to me. You know, his team knows that that's not a smart move. You know, if they want him to have longevity in his career, they know that I'm the wrong guy to step in there with.
In Vegas, there's Raiders Stadium opening up, and Masvidal's talked about it, Conor's talked about it. Would you like to be one of the first fighters to fight at Raiders Stadium and kind of break some records?
Absolutely. You know, I myself know that with the right fight, you know, that would be an amazing setting. You know, so it's going to take that right guy, and I think by the end of the year, after I get through this next guy, whoever it is, you know, some of the fights that we have in mind, I think will be perfect for that.
How's the hand?
Hand's good. I think in about another 2 weeks, I get to get this thing off and ready to punch again. So I'm excited to see what the future holds.
Now that we're a little bit removed from the Colby Covington fight, did you realize how much pressure that people were putting on you because it was like ideologies against each other, not just fighters?
It was. I did realize it. It was a lot of pressure, and not just here, all across the world. Everywhere I was at, every country I was at, they knew what was going on. They knew that I was the next fight, and I was the man to potentially, you know, go out there and get the job done. And, you know, as a champion, you have to be able to put that aside, step in there, and still handle business, and that's exactly what I did.
Last question, 170-pound division. What is your message for everybody that wants a piece of Kamaru Usman?
Well, they know what's going on because I done ran through the whole division almost already. So, you know, anybody who want it, you know, I don't discriminate. There's no discrimination on the ass whooping. So, you know, if you could make enough noise and the company feels like you're ready to step in there, they'll put you in there and you'll get what you want.